You gonna edit all this out?
Yes. Come on. Let's go. Peace and love to the family. My name. Can you not be on your phone when we start this, man?
I'm not.
It's in the way. See? It's in the way, bro. It's recording right now. We wasting footage.
I'm sorry.
This is not good.
Nah, when we start this, I'm not gonna do that.
We started already.
Oh, for real, it's recording?
Yes. Zai, can you not do that? Fix yourself. Zai, stop playing, man. Peace and love to the family. It's Brother Domo, the jack of all trades. I'm here with my son,
King Zion 1023. Zion, aka Zion.
This is the FNS podcast. What's that stand for?
Father and Son Podcast.
Oh yeah. Today we are going to cover the topic of, what's the topic today, son?
Basketball.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about basketball. This is episode 2. I know you haven't seen us in a while, but we are back. We are black, and we are here to spit those facts.
Of course. Back in business, baby.
Let's talk about it. All right, so what are the questions that you have for me today?
Let's get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Curry is the best shooter of all time?
I think that's a very good question, and it's a very valid question. The best shooter of all time? I mean, I think he's definitely one of the best shooters of all time. I think you'll have to really look into a lot of different stats and numbers to see all the records that he has already broken, and where, and looking at his range and what he does as a shooter. He's definitely one of the best shooters of all time. But I know that, especially in basketball or any sport of that nature, anybody will always have another argument to say, well, you know, Larry Bird is a better shooter because, you know, at his time he was able to do this. Or, you know, Ray Allen or Peja Stojakovic or whoever, you know what I mean? So, but looking at Steph Curry, now he's definitely, you know, top 5, might be top 3 best shooters of all time, you know, and just looking at how overall of a player, what he brings to his team, he's definitely going to be considered one of the best players or best shooters of all time. Definitely.
Of course.
Now, what do you think, son? Do you think that Steph Curry is one of the best shooters of all time? Come looking at it from your generation.
No questions asked. No comments. Curry is the best shooter to ever play basketball.
Oh, you gotta say something behind that. Like, why do you think that?
He broke the record of most 3 points made in a single career in like what? I believe a month ago. And just looking at, he shoots half court shots as a warm up. Like, what NBA player do you know that did that, or like put in so much little effort on shooting on the court and they make it so easily? Like, to be honest, in my opinion, and I know a lot of other people believe that too.
What's the next question, son?
What are your thoughts on AKA the King, LeBron James? What do you got to say about him?
LeBron James. I think LeBron James is a powerful being. I think he's also a cheat code at times when he's on the court. But I think he puts in a lot of work to get the best of results. You know, you can look at him, you can see he's a driving force on any team that he joins a part of. I think he's definitely stepped out into you know, different facets of his career where he did Space Jam, he started acting and things of that nature. He was also in the movie before that, but, you know, Space Jam, he was like the headline. And the movie was cool, you know. We could do a review on that. We can watch that in a later episode. But overall, LeBron James definitely one of the best basketball players or athletes of all time. You know, just see, and the reason why they can say athlete is not just looking at basketball because of the work ethic that he has as putting all of his determination, his drive, his motivation, his physical attributes, everything that he has to put together to make sure that he is the best person he can be on the court, right? And off the court. And it's another reason why you can look at him how he's an example for all athletes, not just basketball, but for all athletes to look to. And he's definitely, I remember when he got drafted into the NBA, and that was when I was in high school. And now look at him now. He's one of the best basketball players to ever live. He's like Michael Jordan. You got Kobe and LeBron like right there, right. Or you might compare them with Michael. So that's my thoughts on LeBron James. What are your thoughts on the King, son?
Well, one thing that I know about LeBron and things that like make him one of the better players of now and even before, is he knows how to shoot the ball. He knows how to dominate in the paint. He knows how to dribble. He's a good playmaker, and his defense is tremendous. So it's like those are the main things that you need to be a good basketball player. And a lot of these players nowadays can't do what he does. Like they can't just run to the rim and do a 360 dunk or a rim grazer, like for me. So it's not like that all the time. So to see him do it as if he makes it easy, like that's how easy it is for him. So it's just like that's how I look at him. Like, he's good enough to be up there.
So he's just overall a great player. He can basically play like every position. He can be center, power forward, point guard, shooting guard. He can do it all.
That's a fact.
Last question for basketball.
Do you think the Brooklyn Nets is gonna make it to the championship or even win the championship?
Well, look, where are we from?
Brooklyn.
We gotta rep the whole team, man. We from Brooklyn, New York, man. BK all day. You already know the do. But yeah, man. I gotta say, Brooklyn's gonna make it to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Brooklyn. It's Brooklyn. Like,
period. We don't even gotta talk about this. It's Brooklyn.
It's a whole team. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Durant, you gotta hold it down, man. And shout out to Kyrie, man.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's the last questions for basketball, y'all.
All right. So look, catch us in the next episode. We're going to be covering a lot of different topics when it comes to music. We're going to talk about his generation, right, and the music that they like to listen to and what moves them. Because I'm a bit older, and people in my generation listen to different forms of music, and we want to talk about our perspectives and how can there be a correlation between my generation and their generation, or even some of the older folks' generations and the youth. How can there be a bit of how can we meet somewhere in the middle so that we can understand the music that they listen to and that they can relate to, and vice versa, they can listen to the music that moves us and things of that nature. So catch us in the next episode, family. This was the FNS. What's that, son?
Father and Son
Podcast. Thank you for being here with us. Peace, love, and light. All right.